Alright guys, welcome back to the Frugal Homestead. So, it is late July in Ohio. The humidity's starting to rise and we're all starting to have that same problem. The glass starts fogging up as you're driving. Now, with the temperature and the humidity and the dew point outside, all of that exceeding the temperature of your glass at night, it can fog up, cause a lot of problems for running down the road. So I've got two simple hacks to help you keep your windshield clear and free of visibility so you can see what's ahead of you on the road. Now, before we get into that, we need to understand why this happens and how we normally handle it. Because cars do have defrosters. Most people probably say, Tony, I just turned my defroster on. What is that? Why do I need to do this? Because your defroster will defrost it, but if you're not running it constantly, it'll come right back, especially if you're a gig worker like we are. Because if you haul things like pizzas and other things that steam up, this will make this compound even worse. Because as that water condensates on your windows, it ends up carrying with it the grease and other things. That's why if you're in a car sweating a lot, your body actually condensates as you breathe out, and it can actually carry some of those sweat and oils to your windshield, which is why washing them with standard things like Windex won't fix this problem. So if you are using your defroster, make sure you set it to where it's all the way warm, turn your front defroster on, and make sure you press the button for fresh air from outside to come in. That will bring the ambient air from outside in, and when you crank on your defroster, it will help change the inside temperature of your glass to the temperature of the outside, which should prevent fogging. Now, I don't know about you guys, but at $4 and $5 a gallon, I don't want to be driving around all the time with my defroster on. It's just not going to happen, especially when you're out doing things like DoorDash, Grubhub, and all those, trying to make money. It's just going to cause big problems. You're going to have a lot more cost. It's just not worth it. So, here's two simple hacks of how we can actually clean this glass to where the condensation won't stick to it as much. Because the honest truth and what nobody tells you is there are oils on your windshield. Now, if you've ever had it condensate up and you actually take your fingers or something and wipe it away and then suddenly you see these drags on your window, those are oils from your skin. And then every time you try and defrost it, it is going to leave those finger streaks. If you've got little kids that touch your windshield, if you've got a really short girlfriend or wife like mine that likes to put her feet up there and you get feet prints on your glass, all these are because our skins have oils in them. Now, if you carry food in your car a lot, like pizzas that are really hot or whatever, they will actually condensate, and the grease is so heavy it will get in that condensation and end up on your windshield. So let's get started with these two simple hacks. You probably have at least one of these things in your household already, so let's make it easy. So the first hack involves using isopropyl alcohol. Most people have rubbing alcohol in their house. Super simple to grab it out of your medicine cabinet, bring it out to the car. Now, with both these hacks, you want to try not to get this stuff on your dash because it has stripping capabilities, and I don't know what it'll do to your dash because every dash is made out of different materials. But the way I apply it and take it off is very, very important. So, we're going to take a paper towel to apply it because it's very absorbent and easier to control. If I just put it on a rag, it usually drips. So, bunch it up pretty good, open it up, pour it on there. Now we don't want to go crazy, and just start wiping. Now what it's going to do is have kind of a streaking effect, and that's okay. Because what you're doing is you're stripping the oils off the windshield. And I'll be honest, you're going to have a lot if you've never done this before. So it may take 2 or 3 passes. Now once you get an area you think you've got it clean, what you want to do is once you get it clean is use one of these non-lint bearing car washing rags. I get a pack of these from Walmart that has like 20 or 30 in it for like $5. So it's a good investment over on your car, whether you're going to clean the outside or the inside. You take this and you wipe off all the excess. Then you repeat the process a second time. So on the second pass, you really want to make sure that it's wet, because we're going to hurry up on the second pass, wipe it down, and then grab our non-lint bearing rags and wipe it off again. Now when it starts feeling real dry and the rag starts to drag, that is awesome. That means your window is clean. So it is important to mention to do the outside too. So the second hack is another super simple way to do this. That's using a magic eraser. These things pick up oils and dirt and grime off so many surfaces. They're cheap, they last a long time. All you need is a little bit of water to activate them. Okay, so we've got our magic eraser wipe soaking in just regular old room temperature water. We're going to squeeze it out really well. Alright, then we're just going to wipe. Now the initial time of wiping it, you don't do anything else but just use the magic eraser. And what this is going to do is loosen up all those oils. Some of it will get pulled off. Make sure you do your edges really well, along like the top and around the mirror. These are all edges that don't even get done normally that well when you clean your windshield, so it's important we get them. Now some windshields are going to be harder than others to reach down to the bottom. Take your time, do one full coat. Now once you've got your first coat completely done, then we're going to go back and do it a second time, doing it in sections. So we get it wet, squeeze it out real good, and we're going to do a section all the way up and down. And we're going to bring back our non-lint cloth and wipe. And you'll feel it start dragging the more you do it. Now if this is the first time you've done this, it's probably going to take multiple coats of wiping. So doing it 2 to 3 times. But if this is how you've done it normally every time you clean your car, or once every month or two, you probably get away with doing it once or twice. So I just do a section. And then I wipe it off. Move the rag around. And we're lifting all of that. Make sure you do not touch your windshield or your glass with your hands. We don't want to put oils back on. But as you can see, it's already starting to look cleaner with less of a film. Every time we wipe on it, it gets better. It also is very important to do all your side windows, especially this area of your driver's side and passenger side, because you'd be surprised how much they accumulate right there. I also find that the tops here, from the windows being down and people having their arms right here, accumulates a lot as well. So make sure you take your time and do your side windows as well. That said, it's good practice to do all your outside windows this same way every time you wash your car, or even if you don't wash your car and go out once every 2 or 3 months and do it, you will appreciate the results. So that does it for the 2 hacks. You'll see a lot of other stuff online with people using lemons, people using mouthwash with alcohol in it, and many other things. The reality is these two base things most people have in their homes in one way, shape, or form or another. I mean, it's a pretty simple process. I think that anyone really can do it, and you always can benefit from it. I can promise you that. Cleaning your windows correctly, the way this works, will greatly improve your visibility on these times when the condensation level gets real high inside your car and the temperature of your window is different. Now, here in Ohio, like end of July through like September, October, this is bad. But when we start to hit that winter time, and you go from fall to winter, that little brief period there, it is absolutely horrid here in Ohio. So we are doing this usually about once every month during that time, just because we spend so much time in our vehicles, and because of the fact we have our windows up with the heat on, and because of the fact that we carry food in there, which steams up and carries grease, like I talked about. So for us, it may be more often than you really need to do it. But I would definitely tell you guys, give it a try. Let us know what you think down in the comments, or if you have any personal hacks on how you do it, let us know. I have heard about toothpaste as another option. Don't know that I won't put toothpaste all over my windshield. But with that said, if you haven't already, and I don't know why you wouldn't have by now, come on guys, join the family, go down and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you see all of our upcoming videos. Make sure you drop us a like, as it'll help get this video in front of more eyes. And with that said, I will see you in the next one. Now I gotta do the rest of Missy's windows. I wonder if I'll be able to talk her into doing mine.